Hello there. I hope you're having a nice night. I am. I went to see Jurassic World 2 just earlier, and it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't great, but you know, it was a fun thing to do. Hopefully, this will be great. So, Hiveswap Friend Sim, Volume 5, of Affection, Unwanted or Untrue? Yeah, that's right. Now, I was thinking maybe I wouldn't stream this tonight, maybe I'd wait a little bit. But then I saw the post for it, and there was this guy in it here. Now, you can see what I was doing is I was trying to chroma key out the background. I ended up accidentally chroma keying out his body. And then I thought, you know, that actually looks pretty cool, you know, with the stars like showing through in the eyes. So I just left it like that. But I do not know who this person is, this particular troll. Correct me if I'm wrong. I did have a look through to make sure I wasn't like completely forgetting something or other. But I don't think we have this troll in the troll call, which would make this a first for Hiveswap Friend Sim. So I am exceptionally curious to figure out what this character's deal is. So yeah, that's why I decided to do it straight away, because I didn't want to be spoiled on it before I could actually play the game. I clicked on the chat and someone posted something which they said was a spoiler, and I didn't really look at it, but I got like a brief impression of an image, but I'm not really sure what the image was. So I'm hoping I haven't accidentally spoiled myself. But yeah, I mean, I wrote most of the troll call kind of like the pages, and I put in the images and all of that, and I'm pretty sure this is a new troll for Hiveswap Friend Sim, which is a first. Let me just check. No, not that one, not that one. So I'm just looking at pictures of trolls now. No, it's definitely a new character, unless it's a character we already know, disguised as a new, exciting character who we haven't met. But let us get on with the thing. Oh, and also we've got Zebra Kodak as well, who is a troll called Troll. I'm not sure what his deal is going to be, although I'm always up for seeing more Blue Bloods. But mostly I'm excited about this Gold Blood here, who we might be doing first if he's on the left, which I think he will be, because they usually match the two things. So, how many Mustard Bloods did we meet? Let's have a look. I've just got the image up here. So there's, full screen plus, because it's really hard to read. Yeah, we got Asdaja, we got Follicle and Cuprum, we got Zebedee, we got where are the rest of them? I know there's at least one more. There's what's his name from the previous troll call? Sorry, the previous Friend Sim episode. Why can't I find him? I've just gone temporarily blind. Here we are, Sarava. Yeah. So that is 5 in total, although Follicle and Cuprum are on a single card. So yeah, none of these have that symbol with the 2 circles. So I'm very excited to figure out, because new trolls, excitement, mystery troll. And I mean, even if it is a disguise, you know, his horns look fairly unique. They look like the 2 kind of Gold Blood horns, and I don't see a match just kind of quickly looking over. So yeah, I'm excited, because it might be a completely new character, or if it is someone in disguise, that'll also be fun. So let's get to it. To adjust my microphone here, because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. And the MSPA reader is doing a lot of something else, which ends with walking, so it appears. Walking! You sure are doing a lot of it recently. Back on Earth, you never got near this amount of exercise. You are going to be so in shape when this is over. Provided you still have all your limbs attached to your bones uncrushed. Oh, all your limbs attached and all your bones uncrushed. You could probably come up with a safer ways to travel, a taxi or some sort of bus system, but you don't have any money and you can't read signs. Also, you are routinely covered in blood and bruises, so walking it is. Tired as you are, your feet still carry you toward friendship. Hey, And yes, we have question mark person. And no, I don't know a match for those horns. imagine if it was Solux. Imagine how funny that would be. I mean, this is a completely different time period, so it wouldn't be, but I'm so excited. We're doing left to right as usual, so this guy is coming up first. Actually, oh, hang on, I want to see what his symbol is. It's the 2 circles. I haven't actually looked at the extended zodiac. Let me see what his symbol is. Is it actually one of the extended zodiac symbols? I'm sure it will be. Let's have a look. 2 circles, 2 circles, 2. Hold on one moment. Really? Maybe I'm missing. Hang on, what's it? It's really annoying. It gives you the mobile site on desktop for some reason. It makes it really difficult to. This is not one of the signs. This is not an extended zodiac sign. Holy shit. That's gonna. Oh lord, I haven't been updating the wiki as much recently, but if that's a new sign. So that'll have to have its own section. Wow. Okay. Now I'm even more intrigued. Is it even a real sign? Is it a fake sign? Is someone in disguise with a fake sign? We'll have to see. Is it someone's fan troll? Oh wow. Okay. Let's have a look. As usual, the streets are hopping, just bouncing around like an overactive bunny rabbit on Easter morning. Up ahead at an intersection of streets is some kind of night market. Well, every market on Alternia is a night market. As previously stated, you are broke, but there's nothing wrong with a little bit of window shopping. Who knows what kind of awesome stuff you'll find? You can learn a lot about a culture from their stores. You are so intent on thinking positive thoughts that you are nearly at the market before you realise that quite a few people are coming towards you in the opposite direction. Some of them are running, actually. It's going to be like a rebel character, part of the revolution. Some of them are running, actually, and screaming. Looks likely that something has gone down, violence-wise. It's not a stampede. You aren't in any danger of being trampled, and the street is wide enough to just step aside and let the crowd pass by. Or it would be. Music. What is this music? Credits. Have they even added it? They haven't added the credits. Wait, no, yet. Those are character artists, writers, Zebra. I don't know if it. Polippa, is that the troll's name? I suppose we'll find out. Producers. Oh, Cohen Edenfield's not producing anymore. I suppose because he left What Pumpkin. Sorry, who is the musician? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Polippa. Is this Coursing from? Is it volume? Oh, I can never remember what they're from. Whatever. Okay, let's go back and actually play the game instead of fucking around. You get a brief, furtive glimpse of a pair of focused yellow eyes under a low-pulled hood. Then a hand grabs yours so tightly the tips of your fingers go numb. With a rough yank, you are pulled into the flow of the crowd. The troll girl, it's a girl. The troll girl who has a hold of you speaks quickly and quietly. You have to lean your head in close to hear. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Okay, for Christ's sake. We're on a date. You're my mate spirit or my more ale. Whatever you want. We're just a normal couple out for a night on the town. We're gonna go catch a movie and get some soft serve grub cream, you feel me? Dum bum ba da dum ba da dum. It's been ages since I listened to this song. Wow, okay. Let's do the short ending first. I assume this will be the short ending. Freak out and let the purr beast out of the bag. Ooh. You stop abruptly and someone smacks into you from behind. You go down hard, your hand ripped away from the girl's. She gives you a fierce glower of disappointment. Fine, just more people letting me down. I'll deal with this on my own. I've done it before. She takes a running leap for the alley wall, scampering up and onto the roof like a squirrel up a tree. You're left looking down at the smudge of violet blood. Oh my god. The smudge of violet blood she left on your palm. And the emptiness fills you at the thought of the friendship that could have been if you'd only kept your chill. Game over. Leap of unfaith. Okay, that's that out of the way. Wonder if there's going to be another, like, more than 3 endings in this. So I'm probably getting... That version of me is probably getting killed by a violet blood. Like an actual violet, like a sea dweller. So that's evidence cast, isn't it? Okay, play along and hold hands. Your heart beats so hard you can feel it in the back of your throat. You adjust your grip a little to make your hand easy to hold. In response, you get a squeeze, like she's thanking you. You match her pace. A surprisingly difficult feat considering how short she is. She's really short. This isn't... No, because... Let me have another look at my list of trolls. Yeah, no, there's definitely no Pelipper. So it's a really short Goldblood. Sorry, I'm just intrigued. Hang on, I'm just looking at the chat, Eric. Ah, sorry. Okay. No worries, you can watch the archive. We can talk about it later. Wait, Pelipper is an olive blood? Maybe I shouldn't have looked at those credits. Let me see. Yeah, Pelipper. Okay, yes. Huh. Okay, so maybe this is this character in disguise. Pelipper, yeah, an olive blood. The one covered in bandages, with like some wonky looking horns. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have looked at those credits. Oh dear. I might have spoiled myself there, but I mean I wanted to know who did the music. Okay, well, whatever. You match her pace, a surprisingly difficult feat considering how short she is. Behind you, people are still shouting. What the heck happened back there? Someone died. You figured that, but that's not exactly rare for Alternia, is it? You've seen way more dead people here in the last couple of days than you've seen throughout your entire life on your planet. You tell the troll girl you thought that was just kind of normal here. Normal, sure, when low bloods get killed. Natural order of things, right? But with high bloods, it's different. Personally, I don't give a shit about the natural order. Doesn't matter what the job is, I'll take it. Oh, so a high blood is dead, and you are currently holding hands with the troll who did the dirty deed. She chose you to help her lay low, i.e. she made you her accomplice, i.e. you are now her friend. I love that this is the takeaway. I love this version of the MSPA reader so much, if it even is, you know, the standard MSPA reader, if that even is a thing. Helping someone carry out a cold-blooded murder is a super friendly thing to do. What had she called you? Her mate spree? Or mate spree, or whatever you want to call? You aren't sure what that is, but it sounds great. You ask her what you should call her. My name's Pelipper, but there's no reason to go... Yeah, well, it's not much of a spoiler, because now we have it, and... Yeah, I would have realised that at some point anyway, because it did look familiar, which is why I passed over it at first. And I was like, wait, we haven't had a troll called Pelipper in the previous episodes. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. So is this even a real sign she's got, or is it a fake one? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. My name's Pelipper, but there's no reason to go throwing it around. Let's not talk at all. You want to point out that it won't look like a very convincing date if you're just walking in silence, but that would require talking. And she told you not to do that. A trio of those spiky robots go marching by. Drones or whatever. Their big ugly heads swivel back and forth like they're looking for someone. Pelipper doesn't say anything, and she keeps her eyes forward. But she goes as sharp as a laser, every muscle in her body tensing. You feel it through her hand. Her fingers tighten on yours until the drones disappear into the crowd. She yanks you around the corner into a small alley connecting two roads. There's nothing here but a pothole and a couple dumpsters. Hold up a minute. Her hoodie has a symbol on it, on the front of it. 2 overlapping gold ovals. Most trolls seem to have a symbol designating their blood colour on them. Somewhere. This means she's a gold blood, right? Nope! Wow. Suddenly a babe is revealed, but she's not wearing the bandages. Okay, interesting. But then Pelipper yanks the sweatshirt over her head, and underneath she's wearing a tank top emblazoned with a symbol in olive green. It looks like a little cat. It looks like a cat. It looks a little like a cat. It's pretty cute. Once again, I've forgotten how to speak. I'll probably have to end up heading out halfway through this and getting a glass of water. because I'm not used to speaking this much. She tosses the sweatshirt into the nearest dumpster and kicks a button on the side. Ooh. A whoosh accompanied by a sulphury stink of immolation. Note to self, don't go dumpster diving in Alternia. Philippa grabs your hand again as you head back out onto the street. With her other hand, she works the tie out of her hair, shaking it out of its ponytail, letting it fall in thick, sweaty clumps against her neck. Next, she reaches up and takes part of her right horn off. Wait, no. That was a little bit of veneer, an artificial bit to cover up the notch in the chitin. That's right, yeah. What's all those random wardrobe changes about? You wonder until you actually begin to listen to some of the conversations happening around you and check out the big billboard-side screens mounting on roofs every few blocks. Seems like the rumour mill is already going hard. Apparently a well-respected Violet Blood is dead, killed in public in full view of a witness by a Gold Blood girl with a ponytail. Wow, you really are dealing with a professional here. I need to find somewhere to lay low until the heat turns down. I mean, we both do, since you're my associate now. I had a contact waiting, but I don't know what happened to her. It's possible she got spooked. I wonder who the contact is. Got any ideas for likely hideouts? I'm not from around here. You wonder what in the world made her think you have any idea what's going on, ever. You could hide in the sewers, like with Demon. She keeps giving you sharp looks, as if she is gradually catching on to just who she has chosen to recruit. You want her to understand that no matter how busted you look, you are an amazing friend and co-conspirator. Well, here's your chance. What do you propose? Okay, I'm going to do the hideout one first, and then do the movie thing later. I don't know which is which, because it feels like it should be this one, but then it might be this one, because they throw it, you know, they throw you for a loop sometimes. So let's hide out in one of these apartment buildings. That's a possibility. Most of the hive stems around here are cheap rentals. But they're not hive stems. The hive stems are the skyscraper type ones, like in the city Solux lives in, right? And the hives are like the individual things on the stems. Or maybe she's just from a city. I suppose she's not from around here. Most of the hive stems around here are cheap rentals. Burgundy or bronze at the most. I could take them no problem. I mean, I can take anyone. Some jobs must require a little more forethought. You kind of meant finding an empty unit, or maybe skulking in the foyer of an alien Starbucks. But you don't want to tell your cool new friend how to do her job. And there you go again, jumping the gun and claiming friends you don't have a right to. But she did choose you. Though at this point, she may be wishing she'd grabbed some other random stranger's hand. Well, pick one. This was your idea. Oh geez, you seriously don't need this kind of responsibility in your life. Nothing good will come from letting you be in charge. But you also don't want her to think you are useless. You just kind of wish she'd tell you what to do and leave it at that. You pick a tall purple building at random. How about that one? Sure, I guess. You enter what seems to be a standard... Yeah, okay, so it is actually a hive stem. But then these buildings in the back... Oh, whatever. whatever. You enter what just seems to be a standard, shabby apartment building, climbing the lobby steps up to a hallway lined with doors. This could be any apartment on Earth, but instead of letters on the nameplates, there's those little colourful symbols. They remind you a little of zodiac signs. Huh, weird. Anyway, all the ones here are red or brown, like Philippa predicted. She listens at a couple doors before finally settling on one with a red symbol. You wait for her to pull out a lockpick or a high-tech paraphernalia or even just a pin from her hair. Instead, she takes a step back and delivers 2 sharp kicks just above the knob. Amazing. What? I'm not the good damn super. You assure her you are absolutely not judging the way she's running this operation. You don't think you've ever met a mercenary before. Unless you count the guy who tried to hit you up for cash when you were injured, or the little girl who drained your blood for paints, or the boy who got you on the prowl for delicious meats. Ooh, okay, so we're in some random hive now. Lord knows who this belongs to. Your apartment is dingy, small, and smells like old pizza. Good news! Not that it smells bad, just the fact that there's pizza here. You don't think you could live on a planet that didn't have pizza. That's just beyond the pale. You try to shut the busted door as well as you can. Philippa plunks herself down the couch and pulls out her phone. Or what had Skylar called it? A palm husk? She pulls out her palm husk and proceeds to ignore you. That's okay. It's important for friends to give each other space. You take the opportunity to poke around the apartment you're currently illegally occupying, just generally being a nosy piece of shit. Whoever lives here is a real slob. Dishes are piled high in the sink and the windows are so dirty you can barely see out them. Something sticky and red stains half the counter. It might be blood, but it might also be Kool-Aid. Fuck, goddammit, fucking shitting fuck breath! Something appears to have gone wrong. Philippa is still on the couch, hunched over her palm husk held close to her face. She types with her knuckles. You've noticed a lot of trolls do that, probably because of their claws. It's all over Chitter. Everyone's talking about it. My contact. They've got her. She's been cold. Her voice is flat, her eyes expressionless. She lets the palm husk slip from her fingers into her lap. You stand next to the couch like an arsehole. You don't know what to say, and you really doubt Philippa is the hugging type. But you really can't stand her looking so dejected. Before you start pitching me, don't. I barely knew her. It's not like we were in a quadrant or anything. It was just business. You sit down on the other end of the couch, dipping your head and raising your eyebrows to show you are very blah blah blah. And again, I can't speak. To show you are very ready to listen and learn and commiserate. Philippa wraps her arms around her knees. Most pros work with a partner. It's a lot easier when you have someone you trust to watch your back. It's usually quadranted pairs who work together. There's one particularly famous olive and gold blood duo. I've lost plenty of jobs to them. But I've never found anyone that I trust enough to make into my partner, beyond just a random one-off. Killing a seed dweller is no joke. It's almost totally impossible. Does that mean the guy back in the town square isn't actually dead? Philippa looks affronted at the very thought. Excuse me, no, it means I had to get a very expensive knife and coat it in very expensive poison and stab in exactly the right place. The motherfucker is dead, there's no doubt about that. I don't leave jobs half done. High class jobs are my specialty. Most people are too afraid to take jobs higher than teal. Me, I don't care. Low blood, high blood, if you've got cash, I'll do the job. If I did have a partner, it would make things a lot easier, I'll admit that much. You cough lightly into a closed fist. What's this? Something caught in your throat, perhaps? Could it be the steady hand of fate reaching a finger down and testing your gag reflex? You murmur, delicately, that sometimes destiny steers you in a direction you never thought you'd go. Maybe, just maybe, it has steered her to you. That's forward for sure. But you're pretty much an old hand at this by now, right? Philippa snorts. It's a little watery. She isn't crying, is she? No way. Not a tough assassin like her. You're imagining it. You? No offence, but I only grabbed you because you look so weird and I figured you wanted to avoid the drones even more than I do. You don't exactly blend in. You can't... yeah, well, she's got you there. You can't argue with her logic, but a sourness starts in your throat at the realisation that Philippa had not chosen you for your obvious trustworthiness and friendship potential, but rather because she looked like a goddamn disaster. Fair. A very fair assessment. Whatever. You can get past that. God knows you've gotten past worse, like attempted murder. As a good friend recently said, you gotta break a few cluck beast embryos to make a grublet. She's considering you now, more thoughtful than before. Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers. But you have to remember. But what you have to remember, you aren't destined to find out. That fate finger reaches down further and chokes you. Keys jiggle outside the apartment before whoever is out there captures sight of the busted door. What the hell? You and Philippa lock eyes. Okay, so it's a burgundy blood, so they might have psychic powers, so you want to be careful. Because I don't care how tough you are, you know, once you're being levitated in the air. Oh shit! You and Philippa lock eyes. What the hell? Again? Oh lord. Oh god. It's doing that thing again, where the script's broken. Oh shit! There we go. It kind of went back and then came forward again. I don't know what system Renpai uses to do this, but I don't know if that's a scripting error or some sort of programming error. Weird, whatever. A quick flash of silver and suddenly a knife appears in Philippa's hands. Where did it even come from? Outside in the door, someone is swearing. The broken door falls inward, and before it is all the way open, Pilippa is up and over the couch, launching herself at the intruders. Shit, wait, you are the intruders! And this is kind of what you were afraid of? You're about to watch your new friend kill some poor low-blood troll. This was such a terrible idea. Too bad there's no way to get back in time and make all your choices all over again. Yeah, that would be rad. You wish life was like that. Oh, after this route's done, we will do the other one. A short, stout little guy with a red symbol on his shirt comes through, but right behind him is a troll so tall he has to duck down to get through the door. Oh hell no! The giant troll catches Pilippa with one hand. He's got big ram-like horns and a curled purple symbol on his shirt. His face is painted in lines of black and white. Oh god. Oh god. Makeup designed to make his face look like a skull. Well, we'll see, I suppose. Look, babe. Look at these tiny wriggler thieves. It's a burgundy blood dating a purple blood. Interesting. Pilippa writhes in his grip, clawing at him like an angry cat. He hangs on, giving her a shake. Shit, you have to do something. But what? If you get in that purple guy's reach, you are absolutely going to get killed. You try to move your feet, but your survival instincts are kicking in and you are rooted to the spot. You can't do anything. You are useless. You don't even know what happened to Pilippa's knife. God, you wish you'd taken some self-defense classes back on Earth. The High Blood gives Pilippa a wide smile and tosses her across the room like he's lobbing a dodgeball. She lands on her back, rolls to her feet and bolts for the window. Of course he would have a High Blood mate spree. The High Blood turns to you and sticks out a big grey tongue and wow, suddenly you can move your feet again. You throw yourself out the window after Pilippa. You are only one floor up, but that's one floor more than you would like to be when falling out of a building. Oof! Your fall is broken by Pilippa, meaning you get a collection of bony elbows and knees applied to your gut. She bares her teeth at you. Get off, idiot! They're definitely going to call the drones. We've got to run. You roll your big floppy body off her and hustle to keep up as she peels off down the street. You throw one last glance over your shoulder to see the two guys hanging out the window. The High Blood waves lazily. Pilippa starts out strong, but pretty soon she is limping and leaning on your shoulder. A jagged piece of glass is wedged in her calf muscle. You lean down and get a closer look. You're no doctor, but you've recently become an expert in acute injuries. What the hell? Stop! You want me to leave a blood trail? We need to split up now that we've been seen together. Your heart sinks all the way to your aching feet. God, you'd been so sure you had this one on lock. You mention, half mumbling to yourself, that maybe it would be better if you stayed together. Safety in numbers and all that. Oh yeah? Maybe safety for you? This was a terrible idea. I can't believe I ever trusted that someone could have my back. Yeah, let's do another of your amazing plans. Sounds great. Ah, she leaves you at an intersection of streets. Even though she is no longer leaning on you, you nevertheless feel the heaviness settle inside you. Philosophically. A deep fatigue so intense you want to curl up on the ground. So you do. Ah, shame. Game over. At least you didn't kill her. Your ass didn't kill her. Well, that's true. I think it's supposed to go back if you click a certain area, but I'm not 100% sure where that area actually is. Really? Interesting. I'm going to try that. I'm going to take the same route and see if I can find this area which you click to go back and make a different choice. Because oh, now she's changed her proper thing there. Which one am I going to use for the heading range? Okay, well, we'll figure it out. Yeah, okay, she's disguised, play the long whole hand. What? What happened there? What the flip? Oh. Is that what happened before? What? What? Why? That's so random. You click in to the left of the screen here, and it goes back to the last choice. Why? There's no indication that it would do that. What? That's so weird. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. Okay. Let's catch a movie and get some soft serve grub cream. Pilippa's mouth twitches. It could just be a muscle spasm, but you like to think it's a smile of approval and burgeoning camaraderie. Yeah, I guess we could. That's what people do on dates, right? It's been a while. I haven't seen a movie in forever. Let's do it! She squeezes your hand. You would have thought holding hands for so long would get sweaty and uncomfortable. You are certainly nervous enough, but her skin is surprisingly cool. With a couple of exceptions, all of your new friends have been literally cold-blooded. Also metaphorically for a few of them. Cold-blooded? Really? Or... Huh. I have to think about that. Trolls are cold-blooded? All of them? Okay, but you aren't going to judge them for their lifestyle choices. That isn't your place as a friend. Regardless, your point is it's kind of nice holding hands, even if it is under completely false murder pretenses. I don't think Charles can... Well, I'll think about that. I'll have to look... that's completely thrown me for a loop. Cold-blooded? Blue bloods are meant to have cooler blood. I mean, I've heard that. I'm not sure... You know, I don't know if that's, like, confirmed. Maybe they don't have, like, cold blood, but they have different levels of heat. Who knows? Come on, there's probably a theatre in there. Makes sense. You aren't from around here, and you don't think Polypa is either, but you can always recognise a mall when you see one. Stores and escalators and fountains full of slimy mall water that's probably been in there for a few years. The biggest difference between this and the Earth Mall is that there doesn't seem to be anyone working at any of these stores. Everything is automated. That and the top floors appear to be reserved for high bloods. Polypa is still holding onto your hand. Gosh, it's like you really are on a real date. This is very, very friendly. As far as you know, you've never been on a date with an assassin before. You can't read the stereotypes and descriptions, and you don't have any money, but Polypa chooses the movie and pays for you both. She tosses a couple of coins into the slot, and the machine spits out 2 tickets. You don't see any soft-serve grub cream, but you are a little too crazy for mingled nerves and excitement come to deal with anything called grub cream. You do, however, stop for a bag of buttery exploded kernels at the concession stand. Okay, so now we're going to see a movie. This is very familiar. The theatre you follow Polypa into isn't crowded, but are they going to read the name of the film? The troll film name? Oh, please do. But you still feel every pair of eyes settling on you as you walk up the steps. Your heart pounds and sweat glides down the back of your neck. Now you are positive everyone can see right through you to this deeply controversial cross-species matchup you have got going on here. Even worse, Polypa takes a seat weirdly close to the only other group there. In here, man awkward. The movie starts playing. Apparently in Alternia there aren't any trailers before movies. Kind of a bummer. If you're going to be stuck here, you want to know what hot new summer blockbusters you have to look forward to. Surprisingly, the movie turns out to be a romantic comedy. You expected Polypa to choose a thriller or a horror movie. From what you can glean of the plot, it's about a beautiful young J-Blood who's involved with a visiting Blue Blood and their servant, a big bumbling bronze. The portrayal of Low Bloods strikes you as vaguely offensive. They grunt and fall down a lot. Good God. The cabins look a lot fancier than you remember for the time you hung out with Bronya, just a lot bigger and more glittery. The main character spends a lot of time pulling a jewelled comb through her lustrous hair. The dialogue is kind of incoherent, and you don't just think it's because you are unfamiliar with the cultural context. It also doesn't help that Polypa keeps up a running commentary throughout. The ban on conversation has apparently been lifted. Ugh, I can't believe they added in the mistaken identity storyline. So unnecessary. Also, Black Rom is so boring in comedies, there's just no punch to it. I can't believe how bad this is. I don't remember the book being this garbage, but I read it a long time. Hang on. Hang on a second. Okay. Looking back, is it? No, okay. Well, I don't know. Because I know in Homestuck they feature a book at one point with like some sort of a complicated troll romance on it, but I'm just trying to see. I can't find the title. It doesn't look like it's the same setting though. But yeah, troll rom-coms are a thing. And yes, Philippa is great. This is good. This is great so far. But I read it a long time ago. My taste must have just been worse back then. You're looking at her in a whole new light. She shrugs, possibly a little self-conscious. What, do you think I've been as an assassin since I pupated? I used to have a blog for relationship advice and stuff like that. Of course I was just messing around. I didn't know anything beyond what I'd read online. 2 characters are kissing on screen. You have no idea who they are. You are way more interested in the fact that Philippa has decided to tell you her life story in the back of a movie theatre. The deep blue light from a scene in the brooding cabins washes over her, making her look noble and sad. You are entranced. It didn't last though. I doubt it had anything to do with my blog, but a few sweeps ago a group of kids broke into my hive. I think they were high, maybe on sopa. Whatever. They stole a bunch of my shit, killed my Lusus, and some little psionic fuck broke both my legs with his brain. Just because he thought it would be funny. You are riveted. You have a bit of a tragic backstory yourself, but nothing this dramatic. Philippa picks through the buttery exploded kernels with a delicate claw. I was trapped in my hive. I would have starved to death if I hadn't been for some tillhood in my neighbourhood. Just some little idiot who ran around with an Eastern Alternia replica sword, challenging her beast to duels. I know who that is. Tillbloods are these pedantic bulge lords. They care about justice. And these kids attacked me for no reason. I didn't break any laws. Anyway, that's why I'm an equal opportunity for how I take jobs. Low blood, high blood, everyone is scum. One of the kids in the row ahead of you turns around to tell Philippa that if she and her Moira want to get all nasty and pile, maybe you should get a room. Philippa kicks the back of her chair and tells her maybe she should mind her own business. The girl looks about ready to jump over the back of her seat, but the guy next to her pats her firmly on the cheek. Almost a slow motion slap. Firm and intense with plenty of uncomfortably intimate eye contact. The girl settles down after that, and everyone goes back to watching the movie. This is amazing. Oh, good God. The rest of it goes by with your head spinning and your heart in your throat. You are glad Philippa trusts you enough to share her past, but you are nervous about talking about it in public. Wasn't the whole point of coming to the movie to lay low? Think about it. When that girl sees a description in the alert, she's not going to be thinking about noisy olive blood getting all conciliatory in public. It's way safer than skulking around, believe me. Gosh, Philippa really is an expert. You were so glad you got to go on this date with her, even if it was mostly fake. As soon as you are back out on the street, Philippa pulls out her phone. This music's getting a little less appropriate now the pace of the action has slowed down. Oh well. Slowly her face falls. Fuck. That little nook licker. I thought she bailed on me, but according to Chitta, she's dead, and they got her. Damn it! I told her to be careful! Her sadness is turning to rage, vibrating off her in frantic waves. Her voice gets louder too, and people are starting to look your way. Heckling in a theatre is one thing, shouting at a phone about murder is another. This is going south fast, you've got to calm her down. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. Deploying Shushpap. For lack of a better plan, you copy what you saw the troll inside do to his angry date. You'll press your palm firmly to her cheek. Oh my God! Oh dear. To your intense shock, she blushes a deep olive green and her eyes slip closed. She leans into your touch as if she is drawing comfort from this tiny little gesture. Then she blinks and pulls away. Listen, I'm technically on the clock right now, so let's be professional. She bites her lip, hesitating. Then she reaches up and repeats the gesture on your face. Unbelievable warmth fills you. Could it be the warmth of friendship? You're a weird-looking, double-horn amputee with very few social skills, terrible survival instincts, and both short-term and long-term memory loss. But you're alright. If you ever want to earn a little cash, I could use a partner I can depend on. Is it raining? No, those are just tears in your eyes. I almost said tears in your ears, which would be rather strange, even for this series. Tears of gratitude. Okay, don't get too choked up. We're definitely just going to be bait. You assure Philippa that, due to your general ineptitude, you wouldn't want it any other way. Victory! I now have a moral. That was amazing. That got gay real fast. I don't know what gender the MSPA reader is. I think they're just sort of like non-gendered or agender. So I suppose that's gay, you know, because there's not really such a thing as, yeah, I guess that's gay, that's two different genders. No, hang on, wait, no, wouldn't that be hetero? No, because I don't even know. I guess when you're non-binary, everything is gay. This is what I've heard from non-binary people. So, yeah. Queer moral allegiance between Polypa and the MSP reader confirmed. I mean, we almost had a mateship going with Demon back in Volume 1, but that kind of got called to a halt, what with, you know, him choking in that timeline and dying, alas. That was good. That was a bit short, or maybe it just felt short, I'm not sure. I guess I'll find out when I export the stream later. Anyway, now we have a Blue Blood, which is always fun. Blah blah blah, walking. I don't know what this guy's going to be like. He looks sort of like a butler, but obviously he's not going to be a butler because he's a high blood. He's got some sort of like weird butler fetish or something. I shouldn't have said that. But then this is Homestuck, and this is the comic with Equius in it, so maybe it's fine. Okay. Non-binary here, everything is gay and it's great. Well, congratulations. You have achieved maximum gay through your gender. Okay. Your stroll takes you into a nice part of town that seems to have larger, more McMansion-style hives, all designed by small children with big dreams. Based on your past experience in Alternia, you're not quite certain that upper-class enclaves equals safety for you, but you might as well explore. You never know where you'll find your next friend. The power of positive thinking must be on your side because someone emerges out of the shadows of these sprawling suburbs. Oh, hello there. I don't believe... His quirk, his hearts, really? I don't believe we've met. I'm sure I would have remembered someone with such unique looks. Oh my god, they're quadrant symbols. Also, is this from Drawing Dead? I think it is. You don't know where you are, do you? By this point in your time in Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit that you're lost and naive to the ways of the world, but you don't know what you could just say to try and convince this guy that you've got any kind of street smarts. I do like the continuity in this, even if it doesn't really make sense how he moves from person to person. I suppose he always is just looking for new friends. I don't know how he escaped to Mysia. I'm saying he, I suppose they. I don't know how they escaped to Mysia. But yeah, he's wandering. I do apologise. I mean, I kind of think of the MSPA reader as masculine, like I have since Homestuck, but I guess that's because of the whole kind of masculinity as default thing. So I'm going to make an effort to kind of treat the MSPA reader as agender from now on. So yeah, but I like how they're sort of learning about the culture, and like that carries on to future acts. I really do like this game, even if it is a bit bare bones. Which, I mean, is good because it means we get more stuff quick. I just wish, like, when another troll comes in or when they see the Mother Crab, I wish that there was art for that, but, oh well. What am I saying? So, can't convince this guy that you've got street smarts. You nod your head reluctantly, but he actually looks more interested in you after the confirmation that you're new to the neighbourhood. Have you perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerability and naivete? That would sure be fantastic luck. It's a good thing I found you. Not everyone is as respectful of lowbloods as I am. Have you perhaps found someone who likes you for your... Oh, for God's sake, I clicked too far to the left. That's happened a couple of times in previous runs. I didn't realise it's because I was clicking this one particular spot, which moves it backwards for some reason. So are the phrases enclosed in this like indicative of the quadrant? So like this is a sort of a bit of an insult, so it's enclosed in collision of spades. Okay. Oh, but I shouldn't make assumptions just because you're not much to look at. My bad. I don't mean to be forward, but you're just so interesting. Mind if I ask what colour your blood is? I cannot remember anything about his characterisation from the troll calls, so this is kind of interesting. I'll have a look later. You hesitate. While you're still terrifyingly ignorant of the intricacies of Alternian society, you're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role that blood colour plays in this world. And you've managed to gather by now that plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colours to have. What do? Lord, I don't know. I'm going to tell the truth first. I'm going to see what happens. Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the colour red. I don't think I've ever filled a quadrant with a red blood. He's a flirt! We have a flirt, ladies and gentlemen. Filled a quadrant with a red blood before. I mean, I don't think I've ever made friends with a red blood before. You don't know what a quadrant is, or what it means to fill one. Given your experience on this planet so far, you're nervous it could mean something violent. But you don't want to further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're as excited for this friendship as he is. You come on strong. Nice. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you out with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. You know, because I believe it's important to help out the undeserved members of the community when you can. My hive is this way. Shall we? This might actually be a nice high blood. I say that too soon, of course. He's probably going to have like a murder dungeon or something. But it would be nice if there was a nice high blood for once, you know? Because they do exist, you know? Half the high bloods in Homestuck are nice. I mean, you know, Equius, he's obviously he's a hemophobe, if that's what you'd call it. But that's kind of because of culture. And yeah, he's creepy. But I mean, in terms of like how he is as a person, he's actually an okay person. So yeah, and I mean, Damsey doesn't go crazy until he stops taking his sopa. And again, there's a lot of culture to it. Everything obviously is everything. But then for Fairy, you know, Fuchsia blood, and she's like one of the nicest trolls. I mean, as nice as a troll can be, she does murder people on occasion, but there you are. I think he was meant to be a flirt, but I can't remember. Yeah, well, that's the impression I'm getting, certainly. Anyway, you follow him down the street. You guess it must qualify as a nice night, because you see a lot of other trolls walking around here too. Most of them are dressed as nice as zebra. Is it zebra? I'm guessing it's zebra, like the American pronunciation of zebra. And you see a few shabbier looking trolls that must be low bloods walking with high bloods. Today is actually flushed after. It's Valentine's Day! It's fucking Valentine's Day on Alternia! Oh, what is this? The 14th day of the second lunar equinox? Amazing. Oh god. Okay, so that's why we were able to hide in a date. Today is actually Flushed Affirmation Day, so you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mate spirits out to celebrate. Lucky for you, my flush quadrant is currently empty, so I'm all yours tonight. That sounds a little weird. He doesn't need to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share their friends with plenty of other friends. Sure, sharing can be a good time if you're into that. I could be, speaking personally, like maybe with two low bloods, but not in an objectifying way. Everyone involved has got to respect each other, you know? Wow, what? You have no idea how your innocent comment about friendship got taken to this particular place. Decide that maybe the best thing to say here is nothing, because who knows how he might misinterpret you next. Anyway, looks like there are a lot of high blood, low blood couples. Yeah, I can't remember the Autonian calendar, I just kind of said that off the top of my head. Huh, looks like there are... Oh, for Christ's sake, did I click left again? Oh, hang on, wait, no. That's actually useful. Okay. Huh, looks like there are a lot of high blood, low blood couples out tonight for the holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighbourhood, to be honest. It's sad, but most of these low bloods are properly with their mate spirits because it's socially advantageous. Pretty shitty if the high bloods take advantage of that, but not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. I'm expecting him to have ulterior motives, but honestly, I would love it if he just turned out to be legitimately nice. Like, I hope this isn't a front. Oh, okay, well, we'll see. He might just be trying to woo me. Which is something I don't say often. I think it's super terrible when high bloods don't treat their mo blood and late spirits. Yep, their mo blood and late spirits. Like the queens that they are. Look around at all the other couples. The class divide is pretty noticeable, and some of the high blood trolls have scornful looks on their faces when talking to their low blood dates. One troll, dressed in cerulean, is making her shabbily dressed mate spirit kneel down so he can give her a ride on his shoulders. It could maybe be a cute coupley thing, you guess. except she's laughing a lot and has the heel of her boot pressing into the back of his neck. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem kind of humiliating. Lol. Imagine if that's our daughter. Zebra sees where you're looking and shudders theatrically. In the process of waving his arms around in disgust, he slips an arm over your shoulders. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have to see anything like that. You try to think of a tactful and friendly way to move away from his arm around your shoulders when you arrive at what must be his hive. It's the biggest and most match-me hive on the block. He stops in front of it, and when he stops in front of it, he lets go of you to gesture proudly at his sprawling home. Welcome to my humble abode. Just feel grateful, you know, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. Wow, this is wow. Of course, it could not be anything else. I love it. Yes, some weird windows. That expression though. Oh god. It's Grant Morrison, the Invisible Zebra from Frostbite Nights. Now that is an obscure reference. When you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished looking white zebra. I mean, it's white and grey, it's like a regular whatever. It has normal zebra markings all over its body, except for around its neck, where dark grey zags have formed a shape that looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit. Oh, I have to see this. What's the button to turn off the UI again? C, X, oh, what? Let me check. Help. H, yeah. Oh wow, I love it. This is the best thing I've ever seen. I didn't know that I was going to have, you know, suited zebra tonight, but here we are. You don't know how its zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but that is unquestionably the energy you're getting. So I'm just trying to check something. It's not coming up on my stream checker thing. Very good. Hello everyone, by the way. There's quite a few people tonight for these streams. I'm glad that people do come to these. Oh hey, Banana Man, you're here. Anyway, let's keep going. The energy you're getting. Don't mind my Lucis. He's kind of socially old-fashioned, but he lets me keep low bloods around the hive to help out and stuff, so he's not all bad. Let me give you the grand tour. As Zebra takes you through the spacious hive, you can see other trolls in several of the rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as Zebra's. You're guessing these are the low bloods he just mentioned? They all seem to be doing chores, sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in troll-sized bathtubs for other, possibly fresher green slime. So, does he have, are these servants or slaves? Because the answer will greatly shape my opinion of him. I mean, yes, you know, bourgeoisie having, you know, personal servants is a bit bullshit, but you know, service workers are a thing. If these are slaves, then I am not down with this guy. But, you know, the jury's still out. Each of them glances up at you and Zebra when you pass by and looks deferentially away. The Zebra Lucis is following you, and every time you exit a room it pauses in the doorway to whinny out what could be orders, or possibly he's just berating them. You arrive at an empty ballroom looking space upstairs, where several low blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up the remains of what must have been quite a party. Zebra seems to notice you noticing how all the trolls in here are scrubbing the floor and how they are all avoiding your eyes. See, I told you I'd take plenty of guests. I believe it's so important to promote diversity, you know, so that's why you don't see other indigo bloods here. Looks like all the guests are busy today. Well, an important part of communal living involves contributing your labour when it's necessary, right guys? A few low bloods mutter an affirmation, while others just put their sponge and mops down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Zebra looks a little uncomfortable with the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them. They don't all realise yet that my hive is okay, he's probably not that great. He's better than, you know, some of the other hive bloods we've met. But he's a bit kind of, you know, something. Oh, good God. And let me find where I'm meant to be. They don't all realise yet that my hive is a sanctuary from the harsh injustices of the outside world. Anyway, enough about my low-blood guests. They don't sound like they're completely guests to me. Oh, we'll see. Let's take care of you, shall we? Perhaps this Lucius has had enough of tolerating your presence, because it takes the opportunity to stop following you and go for more of Zebra's guests. Yeah. Now, for better or worse, you're alone, and Zebra has turned all of his attention to you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see it as friendly. The night is still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you feel like going out on the town to celebrate Flushed Affirmation Day, I have lots of other friends I can introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know. Or if you're tired, I can show you to your guest room now and we can have a nice night in. Go out or stay in? Oh Lord. I'm gonna have to do show me to my room, please. I daren't think what's gonna happen, but ugh. Just noticed for some reason I have a perfectly circular patch of dirt on my knee and I have no idea how it got there. That's worrying. Oh well. Show me to my room, please. You think going out with Zebra on Flushed Affirmation Day might potentially give him the wrong idea? And besides, you're pretty tired, so you don't feel like going out. Tell him you're ready to retire to your guest room now. Sure. Oh, by the way, have you heard of Chixie Rocksmere? You probably haven't. You don't seem like you're a very serious music fan. I have heard of Chixie Rocksmere. Yeah, she's this, Wait, is she actually popular? Okay, that's interesting news. But we've got a great opportunity tonight to learn from me. One of her low-blood musician friends is playing a show for the holiday and I can get us in because I'm super connected in the scene. We should go just in case she's there. Really? Isn't she like a low-blood? I suppose maybe she's just a really popular one. Alternative culture is weird. Okay, well, let's keep going. You could have sworn you told him you wanted to stay in tonight, but okay. You gather the remains of your energy and go out to this concert with him. That's what a good friend would do. He takes you across town to the concert, only trying to hold your hand or put his arm around you a couple of times on the way, so it could be worse. Maybe hand-holding is totally platonic on Alternia? You hope so. Ooh, new background. The concert itself is one troll with a guitar and a harmonica who, according to Zebra, is a low-blood whose songs are spreading truly radical messages, almost as radical as Chixie's. You enjoy the tunes as much as you can, but you don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say. You ask Zebra what the lyrics mean, since the message is apparently important to him, but he gets annoyed with your question. What? The lyrics are about, well, they're about a lot of things. Social justice and oppression and stuff. So he's a bit sort of pretentious and, you know, lip servicey, this guy. Whatever. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. Like, if you're not on my level already, I don't know what I can really say, you know? But enough about music, I want to talk about you. What sort of things are you into? You haven't had many opportunities on Alternia to talk about your interests. How exciting. You say you like playing games, but he's already interrupting you. Cool, sounds great, really interesting stuff. But what's your quadrant situation like? Dear, okay. I mean, at least he's not trying to murder me. But, dear, why can't we just meet a genuinely nice high blood in this game? I mean, that's the main problem with the troll call trolls. They're a bit, you know, too stereotypical is the word I want to use, even though it doesn't really make sense for the context, but I think you know what I mean. Like, they kind of riff off the attributes of the Homestuck trolls, and they kind of just follow their class role, and they're not too diverse within that. I mean, obviously, yeah, well, we'll see, I suppose. It's harder to pretend that you know what he's talking about now that he's asked you about quadrants directly. You have to admit you have no idea what he means by quadrant situation. Whoa, you're even more clueless than I thought. Don't worry, I still find you attractive. He goes into a brief, but not really brief enough, explanation of the 4 types of romance on Alternia. Matespiritship, the flush quadrant, which to you sounds the most analogous to human romantic partnerships, while allegiance, the pale quadrant, which sounds like an exceptionally codependent friendship by human standards. Auspisticism, the Ashen Quadrant, which you don't understand at all. Yeah, nobody does. And Kismicitude, the Black Quadrant, which just sounds like repeatedly hooking up with someone you hate. You're fuzzy on the details of all 4 of these, but you understand enough to get that he's asking if you're single. Tell him that, really you just want to be friends. Of course, I super respect your choices. If you ever change your mind though, I'm right here. And being in a quadrant with an influential yet sensitive and socially aware indigo... Yeah, he's just trying to, exploit me. Indigo blood like myself can make it a lot easier for you to survive and thrive on Alternia. Wasn't he criticising that kind of high blood, low blood, socially advantageous relationship just a few hours ago? It wouldn't be very friendly of you to point out his hypocrisy, so you don't mention it. After another song, another troll at the club sidles up to Zebra and whispers something in his ear and then skulks off again. Zebra looks alarmed, glancing around him and itching towards the club exit. See, I mean, he's better than the other trolls. Like, whereas, what's her name? Data kept me in a cage, and Amicia, stole my blood. This guy's just like the guy you wouldn't want to talk to at a party, which by high blood standards is really good, actually. Amicia was nice. Well, I mean, it depends how nice you think that someone draining you of your blood to use as art and then kind of trapping you as her creepy sort of muse is. I mean, she acted nicely to you at first, but I don't think the way she acted was particularly nice. This guy has yet to attempt to kill me or, forcibly seduce me. It's just making very kind of awkward overtures. We'll see where this goes. After another song, another troll at the club looks alarmed, glancing around the club and edging towards the club exit. Is this music too revolutionary or something? I just got a tip that there's about to be a culling at this concert. We should get out of here. Lord above. You definitely agree with him about wanting to get out of here. You look around at the rest of the audience still enjoying the show. You and Zebra are the only ones getting ready to leave. Is he going to warn any of the other trolls here of the danger? Oh no, definitely not. If I were to warn any of these low bloods that a cold blood is coming, that could be risking my life too. Not that I've ever tried, but everyone knows that. The high bloods here will probably be fine though. We've got each other's backs. It's important to look after your comrades in the struggle. Sure enough, you can see that the other trolls here who, much like Zebra, stand out because they're wearing much nicer clothes, are casually but urgently leaving the concert venue. You think probably the low bloods would notice that at some point? The low bloods are still all singing, clapping and singing along with the singer on stage. No one has given them a tip-off. Come on, we've got to scram. The two of you abscond, getting away from the music club as fast as your legs can carry you. By the time Zebra decides it's safe to slow down, you are tired and out of breath. Looking around, it seems like you've arrived back in the high blood part of town. You wonder if drones have descended on all those trolls at the club by now, and you just can't hear it because this neighbourhood is too far away, closed off and sheltered from the violence. Phew, that was a close one. Going to low blood cultural events like that can be dangerous, but it's one of the risks that you have to take if you want to be an activist. I can't tell you how many times I've risked culling to fight for low blood rights. Civil disobedience is the only way to fight the authoritarian state. He turns to you and takes one of your hands in both of his, looking deep into your eyes. I just think it's cool how you supported me back there when we risk our lives for the cause. That's probably the best way you can contribute as an activist and ally, by supporting me. And speaking of activism, we were talking about quadrants earlier. Let's get back to that. This guy just does not want to take no for an answer. Once again, you reiterate that friendship is what you're looking for. He nods enthusiastically and squeezes your hand tighter. Fuck yeah, I love friendship. I've always believed that a strong friendship is the best foundation for any successful romantic relationship. And many trolls start by being friends first and enter into a quadrant later. Even if you try to be friends, but then fight too much, that can still prepare you for a collisionist quadrant. Either way, the thought of being your friend makes my blood pusher, they all call the heart a different thing, blood pusher beat a little faster. Sure, you say, if what we're doing is extolling the benefits of friendship, then boy do you have some things to add to his list. For instance, friendship can give you a sense of platonic companionship with your fellow man, and friends can also come in handy when you need someone to help you move or take you to the airport or other non-romantic activities. You think friendship is a great thing to pursue for its own merits. Friendship is so great that once you have it, why would you want anything more? Hell yeah, totally, you're so right that friendship is a great first step. Did you enjoy the concert tonight? Did it persuade you to be an ally for low blood rights? Who wrote this? I have a feeling they're trying to say something. C.L. Kyle, the same person who did Bronya. This is interesting. I bet there'll be discourse about this. God damn it. Did it persuade you to be an ally for low blood rights? You think that going by your blood colour and how often you've almost got them killed by them, those more powerful on this planet, you're more like a member of the oppressed underclass than you are an ally. But you decide not to split hairs and tell him that yes, you'll definitely be an ally to yourself. That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. If you're an ally to low bloods, then I'll allow you to be my mate spread. Friend, you correct him. You can be his friend. Right, sure, yep, I meant to say friend. But let go of your hand finally, which at least counts for a partial victory and winks. Victory? Oh lord, what is the bad end going to be? I hesitate to think. Oh lord, about okay, so it seems to be just 3 options, unless there's going to be another secret one if we choose to go out on the town, which we did anyway. We already went out on the town, you know, because this guy doesn't know how things are. Oh, all above. Wait, I didn't do this option yet. Ah, yeah, I didn't do it. I told the truth, and that was the actual right thing to do. Okay. Oh, really? It's not like I don't want to be friends with other high bloods, but I'm a busy troll, you understand, so I only befriend folks that I might, you know, want to fill a quadrant with someday. Oh god, he's sort of like, ugh. Besides, high bloods just don't... Oh god. I see how it is. Just don't need as much help in our unjust society. Stay awakened, stay woke. He pumps his fist in the air, and you immediately copy him, but it just doesn't seem to be enough to change his mind about you not being impressed enough for his tastes. So I just don't think it's going to work out between us. Out of his league, game over. Oh lord above. Yep, go back. So that's actually easier to do it that way. Yeah, okay. Huh. Okay, he takes me back to his hive. We meet the bow tie zebra. Do you want to stay? Even though he doesn't actually intend to do that. Let's go out. Okay. You're not crazy about the idea of being alone with this guy for the rest of the night. Plus, if he's as popular as he says he is, that means more potential friends for you to meet. You tell him you're interested in going out. Cool, cool, that sounds like a great time. I'll just go get ready. Actually, for Christ's sake! He does whatever you don't want to do. Lord above, okay. I think I'm more in the mood for a nice quiet night in. Maybe television streaming service and lower the temperature. That's cool with you. I've just took a screenshot of that. In fact, yeah, I'm taking another. Amazing. Oh boy, if that has the same connotations as it does on Earth, it's not cool with you. You stumbled through expressing some misgivings, but he talks over you. Great, sounds like we both feel like staying in tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I'm psyched to stay in and have you all to myself. I just want you to feel comfortable whatever we choose to do. I'm not sure why he asked you what you want to do, since your preferences don't seem to matter much. My Lucius and my guests have probably prepared a delicious meal for you by now, but let's finish the tour first. I assume you want to see my room. You tell him, sure. Bedrooms are a great way for people to express their personalities, and as his friend you're interested in getting to know him better. He doesn't seem to have heard part of that sentence, but it's okay. Hopefully he got the gist. When you get to his enormous room, it's decorated with posters of musicians on the wall and what seem to be social justice slogans. One poster has a symbol with clawed hands in several different colours coming together to hold a trident with the word unity underneath it. Another poster features a rainbow of colours ranging from rust to olive green that proclaims him to be a low blood ally. 2 other low blood servants are in here, One of them standing on a stepladder to dust some high shelves, while the other crawls around on the floor, scrubbing and picking up wrappers which the zebra just seems to have littered there. Pretty sweet place, right? You look confused by the posters. Your music taste probably isn't refined enough to have heard of my favourite bands. I only listen to subversive musicians that speak truth to power. You love the grubbles. Luckily, you have me to teach you about how to confront your privilege and support marginalised artists. Also, did you notice my rad pile? It's the perfect setup for feelings jams with your morale. He winks at you. You don't know what a morale is, or what he means by feelings jam, which sounds like in theory it could be a nice thing, but maybe not given the sleazy way he says it. You tell him that it looks like a very nice pile of things. You spot a couple pillows, what looks like a puppet with a disturbingly long nose, some random bow ties, a few horseshoes. You look intrigued. Want to lie down for a second? We don't have to do anything, but sometimes it could be nice to just, you know, pacify each other a little bit. He sprawls on the pile in what he probably thinks is an enticing way, like he wants you to draw him like one of your French girls. You turn away to hide the disturbed expression on your face, because turning down his advances probably isn't the best way to secure his friendship. As your eyes cast about the rest of the room, you notice that the low-blood serpent scrubbing the floor is having a coughing fit. You can't tell what she's trying to... Oh, speak of the devil. I haven't drunk water. Looks like I'm the low blood. Smuppet confirmed. Yeah, potentially. Oh lord, yeah, it is, isn't it? I was thinking Pinocchio, but yeah, it's the Smuppet. Lollybo. You can tell that she's trying to cough unobtrusively, but it seems like she's hacking her lungs up, with each big cough wrecking her whole body and making her shoulders shake. Concerned, you crouch down by her side. She jumps when she notices your concern and mumbles that she's fine and you don't need to worry. But she doesn't look fine. Now that you're getting a closer look, you can tell that she seems to be underfed and exhausted, with sickly shadows on her face and strapped up knees and elbows. She looks bad, and you know bad considering how much of your time you've recently spent stumbling around with various excruciating injuries. You mention to Zebra that his guest is not looking so good. He frowns, getting up from his pile of stuff to come investigate, blinking down at you in confusion and not sparing a glance for the low blood. What? What are you even talking about? The servant tries to go back to her scrubbing, but she struggles with coughing and scrubbing simultaneously. It's hard for you to watch. Surely she would feel better if she took a break and ate or drank something. You ask Zebra about that hot milk he said was being cooked for you. Maybe you could give some of it to this poor sick troll. Geez, you're making me look bad. There's no way a guest in my house could be going hungry. I respect lowbloods and do everything in my power to take care of them. What, do you think you're a better ally than I am? Yeah, it's exactly the same textbook as before. But you let that slide. You hasten to explain that you don't mean to criticise him, that you're sure he's doing a fine job at being an ally to lowbloods. Yeah, well, it's not easy. Whatever. Maybe we should go eat now. I don't feel like having a feelings jam anymore. He turns and leaves the room without showing any sign that he'll do anything for the sick lowblood. You mouth an apology to her behind his back and just gives you a tired wave and goes back to scrubbing. Zebra leads you downstairs to the dining room, where his Lucis is supervising a team of lowbloods, setting the table for what looks like a 4-course meal. The look on the Lucis Zebra's face is now even more disdainful than before, and its bow tie seems angrier. Looks like dinner is almost ready. Cool, cool. Of course, you're probably not going to pay for any, are you? Figures. Lowbloods. I mean, trolls in general always expect me to provide for them without ever offering any concupiscence in return. For once, you're kind of glad that you're unfamiliar with his alien vocabulary and innuendo. You have absolutely no money, which he definitely knows. You can pay him back for the dinner in friendship? Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I want to be friends with someone who has a problem with the way I do activism. I have it on good authority from every other high blood I know that my intersectional praxis is valid. You stumble over your words in your haste to assure him that you're in no way meant to say he's not valid. You've never met a troll so valid. No one believes in his validity more than you do. Whatever, let's just eat. You both sit down at the table while the lowbloods set the table, light the candles and serve the appetizer course. You can't help but notice that most of them look just as malnourished and sickly as the troll upstairs, but it might be best not to bring that up again. You eat in silence for a while Zebra looks like he's stewing over something. Then he sets his fork down and looks over the table at you with a frown. You know what? I just realised. You totally denied my low blood her own agency when you questioned me about not feeding her. Yeah, what you said was totally problematic. You don't respect low bloods at all, do you? Not like I do. Oh, damn it, press the wrong thing again. You tried to apologise, saying that it was not your intention to disrespect anyone. Oh god. I mean, I get what this is, but I like it less than the other one just because I'm so sick of discourse type bullshit on Tumblr that having it parodied in games is also slightly like but I am appreciating this nonetheless, but I'm interested to see what people say about this once I finish playing. You try to apologise, saying that it was not your intention to disrespect anyone, but you're sorry you apparently did. It doesn't let you get the words out. People don't realise how tough it is to be a high blood troll who believes in social justice. Seriously, I faced my own kind of oppression for speaking out and being an activist for low blood rights. For one thing, I never get the conciliation or concupiscence, can never remember how to pronounce that, concupiscence I deserve. My quadrants are always going unfilled because no one else agrees with my radical views. I thought you'd be different, but you don't get it either. You try to tell him that he's got you all wrong. You agree with his radical views and believe in low blood's rights, which is why you were concerned for his guest in the first place. But he acts like you didn't say any of what you just said. You're just another one of the oppressed, complicit in the unequal power structures of our fucked up society. Your lack of awareness of your own privilege really makes me sick. You must think you're so oppressed with your red blood and multiple injuries. But what you're doing now, rejecting me and criticising me, it's really exactly the same as what subjugators do to the low blood slave Cole. You probably deserve whatever shitty position you have in society, unlike me. I deserve to have this nice house and low blood servants and full quadrants for being such a good activist, okay? He's standing up by now, advancing on you with his zebra stamping its hoof threateningly at his side. You scramble back, trying to make your way to the front door. It's tricky because you have to step around all the low bloods, seem to feel strongly that they should get away from Zebra when he's angry. You don't make it to the front door fast enough on your own. Boom! Wow. Horseshoe strike! With a terrifying equine scream, Zebra's Lucis rears up its hind legs and strikes you with its hooves, battering you through the front door and breaking some of your recently healed ribs again. Amazing. Oh, I did it again. Take your privilege and offensive views and get out! Anyone who doesn't respect low bloods is not welcome as a guest in my hive. Jesus. It would behoove you to stay away. Okay, wow. That was, yeah. I liked that episode. I preferred Pelipper a lot more. I thought it was a lot more fun than the second one, although I do appreciate what the second one was doing. So yeah, that was volume 5. I did do it tonight after all. You know, I've got to stick to my nerve. Yep, so I don't know, I don't have much more to say because I feel like I'm thinking about that one, which I don't really want to dwell on. I mean, no, it's not that I didn't like it, it's just that I've seen way too much of that shit in my time. And I don't really have any good observations about it, which aren't going to sound really pretentious, like, on my own part. But yeah, so that guy, it's a shame he wasn't just a nice dude, because I would have dug that, but I see where they were going for it. I like Pelipper. I think that was kind of awesome. The disguise was neat. Some of the world building in both was kind of cool. But yeah, yeah, I wonder. I need to look more into the writers and who they actually are for this. So yeah, thank you for coming to the stream. I will be doing this again 2 weeks' time, assuming there's another episode, which it seems pretty likely that there's going to be at this point, because that seems to be how they're doing things. So I'm going to head off now, but thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure how long that stream was, I'll have to look at the archive. But yeah, that was a decent episode. I don't think it was my favourite, you know, I really liked Tagora last time, but Pelipper was really good. So yeah, affection, unwanted or untrue. Yep. Yeah, so the unwanted was him, and the untrue was the pretend date we went on. So that makes sense. Anyway, thank you for coming, and see you all soon. Bye bye.